Okay, I know it's not even close to October 13th anymore, but I have a reason for that. I was waiting to get a new laptop before I started editing this review. Now I can talk about the giant Trance 29 without my computer literally having a seizure. So the Trance 27.5 has been pretty popular over the years, and that's what my dad demoed at this Fat Tire Festival. However, I knew I had to jump on the 29er Trance. I was pleasantly surprised by the stiffness of the carbon frame, but the trail was slick with mud, so it felt sluggish and vague. I'm sure on a drier day I would have felt more confident, but this was also my first time riding these trails. Speaking of which, these trails were very flat, and some of it was freshly cut, so it was difficult to carry speed. Or maybe I'm just making excuses for being slow. Anyway, the giant employee told us to be back in 45 minutes, so we only covered 5.2 miles and climbed 258 feet. Needless to say, my experience was limited, and the second half of the loop was actually more technical, which I found out while racing the next day. Since it only has 115mm in the rear and 130mm up front, the Trance 29 is definitely in the Trail XC category. Its Maestro suspension provides an incredibly firm pedaling platform, and the GX Eagle group set really softens the pain of climbing. However, I did not get along with the dropper post. It must have had way too much air pressure in it because I had to forcefully drop my butt to get it to move down at all. Other than that, I felt comfortable on the size large, and I'm 5'10". That means a 462mm reach, 1196mm wheelbase on a 66.5 degree head tube, and a 74.5 degree seat tube angle. These geometry numbers make the Trance 29 easy to get used to since nothing is too extreme.
Gotta use the 50 tooth. Oh wow. Wow, it's so easy. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Whoa! Oh yeah. That's...
Giant might not push the geometry numbers, but they do push the envelope in terms of value. I rode the Trance Advanced Pro 29-1, which retails for $5,250. Instead of buying a used car for that money, you are getting a full carbon frame, TRX-1 carbon wheels, Fox 34 float performance with grip damper, Fox Float DPX2 performance, SRAM GX group set, SRAM Guide T brakes, Maxxis Minion DHF and DHR2, setup tubeless, and a giant handlebar, stem, saddle, and dropper post. Giant leaves nothing else to be desired at this price tag. The Trance 29 is a perfect weapon for my Long Island trails, however I preferred the Pivot Trail 429. If you want to check out that video, I'll shamelessly plug it in the upper right hand corner. Both bikes were around the $5,000 to $6,000 mark, so the spec isn't very different. Personally, the Pivot was more lively and the suspension more active, but that could be because of incorrect demo suspension setups for my weight. The Giant has a sick paint job. That bright green looks incredible in person. Plus, Giant is probably more available to people in the United States than Pivot. Either way, both bikes are great proof of how quality suspension can improve a bike rather than quantity of suspension. These short travel 29ers shred my local trails and probably will shred yours. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you on the trail. Oh wait, that's BKXC's outro. Never mind, I guess I won't see you on the trail. Thanks for watching though.